They said you were too quiet, too sensitive, too distant, too much of something, and not enough of everything else. But here's the truth. You were never the problem. You were just in the wrong room. A room full of people who couldn't see past their noise long enough to understand your silence. A room full of mirrors reflecting back every flaw, but never your depth. You weren't broken. You were being broken by expectations, by betrayal, by being unseen. But even then, you still stayed soft, still tried, still loved, and that, it takes strength they'll never understand. Do you remember how it felt to give your all and still be not enough? To show up for people who wouldn't even text back when your world was burning. That moment, when your chest was heavy, your eyes numb, and your heart was just tired. Not angry, not bitter, just done. It's not weakness. That's called survival. Because when the world doesn't clap for your growth, when your light doesn't get recognized, you begin to wonder if you even matter. But here's what they never expected. You didn't need their applause. You needed their absence to finally hear yourself. You've cried in silence, haven't you? It's the kind of cry that doesn't even make a sound, just tears, falling onto a pillow that's held more secrets than most people ever will. You've looked at the ceiling at 3 a.m., not wondering what's wrong with them, but asking over and over, what's wrong with me? You've begged the universe to give you one sign, one reason, to keep going. But here's the thing. You kept going anyway. Even when the weight felt unbearable. Even when no one noticed. Even when your heart was breaking in invisible pieces. That's not weakness. That's warrior energy. You've been underestimated your whole life because you didn't shout, because you didn't fight for the spotlight. Because you felt things deeply in a world that numbs everything. But while they were laughing, you were learning. While they were partying, you were reflecting. While they were chasing attention, you were building self-respect. And now you're dangerous because you've realized you don't need fixing. You need fuel. And all that pain, that silence, that isolation, it wasn't punishment. It was preparation. Let them call you cold. Let them say you've changed. You'll never understand the chapters you had to survive in silence. It's the nights you've rebuilt your soul without a blueprint. The mornings you faced when getting out of bed felt like lifting mountains. But you showed up. Even with cracked bones and tired lungs, you showed up. Now you've stopped trying to prove your worth. You've stopped begging for love from empty hands. You've turned your pain into boundaries, your silence into strategy, your tears into fire. Midpoint music softens briefly, heartbeat style echo. You no longer need validation. You've outgrown it. You no longer chase people. You've realized the ones meant to stay never need convincing. And the truth is, you've always been powerful. They just convinced you weren't. Because a silent storm is threatening, because a soul that can survive itself is unstoppable. Look around. Everyone wants to be seen, but very few are willing to see themselves. You've stared into your own abyss. You've seen the parts of yourself that others hide behind filters and fake smiles. And still, you stayed. You didn't abandon yourself. So when people ask why you're so distant now, why you don't text first, why you're not always smiling, tell them, I'm not distant. I'm just finally choosing myself. They told you to toughen up, to smile more, to move on. But no one told you how. No one said, hey, it's okay to grieve what you never got. To mourn the versions of yourself you had to kill just to survive. But guess what? You're here, still breathing, still standing. And every scar on your soul is proof that you lived and learned. You stopped chasing peace in people, and found it in your own company. You're not intimidating. You're just not used to someone who doesn't need them. You're not bitter. You're awake. You're not rude. You just don't entertain energy that drains you anymore. You've become the storm they never saw coming. Not loud, not chaotic, just inevitable. So if you're still in that place, that quiet, cold space where no one seems to understand, stay there. Don't rush to escape it. Let it shape you. Because when you walk out of that darkness, you won't just be healed, you'll be reborn. No longer asking to be loved, no longer begging to be seen, you'll be the love. You'll see yourself, and those who left you when you were breaking, they don't deserve to witness your rising. This is your era, your silence, your reign, and it all begins in the dark. If this hit your soul, comment I rose from the quiet below. Subscribe to VOIDREIGN, where shadows aren't feared, they're forged.